we have Josh. We're going to bring Josh on, and remember we tried to come up with a name for Josh. We're calling Josh the Bengal Super Collector. And everybody on the screen right now, and everybody that's viewing and watching, has a ton of their own stuff as well. And you guys had sent a lot of direct messages with pictures of things you wanted to share tonight. Now, I can't sit here and promise you we're going to get to everything, but we're going to do this for a solid 30 minutes. So we're definitely going to blow through 9 o'clock. Okay, guys? So we don't know how we're going to do this. We tried to talk about this earlier today in pre-show with Josh and how we want to do this. So we're going to kind of go back and forth between myself and Josh and some of the items that you guys had sent in that you wanted to share. But I'm telling you, there are some extremely rare and interesting things. And Josh, let's just get it started, brother. We'll let you start off sharing some of your stuff here. I think this is something we're going to try to do on a weekly basis, a small segment of Bengals memorabilia. But we're going to spend the next half an hour or so on this. You're going to be very excited about some of the stuff you'll see tonight. So, Josh, let's go ahead and you go ahead and kick it off for us, buddy.
Awesome, buddy. Well, thanks for having me back. I know my buddy Hollis is watching tonight, so I wanted to get him involved with the show as well. Hollis does a lot of work for me. Jimmy's got some of his original work, and the main thing I have him doing is bobbleheads. So I wanted to pull a couple of my favorite pieces he's done for me. Right here, we have Chris Henry with Slim written there. Hollis is a detail guy. Chris Henry, 1 of 1 by Hollis. This is a 12-inch bobblehead. You can see the difference between the 6-inch bobbleheads. This is a Sam Weish that Hollis did for me. Sam Weish in the Super Bowl 23 coaching attire there that he wore on that day. I also have a one only Anthony Munoz Hall of Fame bobblehead. I chose to put the Hall of Fame because we're going to be there on June 19th, partying with the Bengal Gym crew. And then inspired by Brody Miller tonight, Hollis did this Tommy Casanova bobblehead for me. He's returning the interception that he got there. You can see a picture of Tommy Casanova on the back by Hollis, 1 of 1, 2020. And the other LSU guy right here, Andrew Whitworth.
And Josh, in a lot of these, again, Hollis is actually doing these by hand. These are only 1 or 2 of these ever made, right? I mean, very few of these made.
Yeah, so he doesn't do more than 2. Originally, like I said, was supposed to be 1 for me, 1 for him. That was our little friendship rings there, the bobblehead collection. As we meet these players, they love them. They absolutely love them. I know he gave Tim Crumry his, I believe Willie Anderson, Reggie Williams. So I have 1 and the player has the other, thanks to Hollis. But he does some killer work. And I'll transition it back to you because I saw that he wrote a comment. He's dying to know about that Greg Cook jersey over your right shoulder.
Yeah, actually, well, let's go ahead and go to that. And then we'll throw some of our viewer picks up on there. So over my whatever, I don't even know what it is right now on this green screen. That Greg Cook jersey is at a local memorabilia store. It's the one out in Kenwood, and I can't Sports Investments has it out there. It's an actual game-worn jersey by Greg Cook, and he's autographed. You can't really see it really well, but he actually autographed that jersey. So if you ever get out to Kenwood area Sports Investments, that is just a very cool piece right there, that Greg Cook jersey. So let's go ahead and pull up, Jamie, some of our viewer stuff. And we're going to kind of change the screen format here a little bit, guys, so we can show some of these items in. And who was this one in from, Jamie?
Give me 1 sec. This was from @AGrisby81.
All right, guys, we're not going to be able to get to everybody's stuff here, but I thought this was a really cool piece. So Sam Weish went to Fordham, quarterback there, 61 to 66, 62 to 66. This is a Sam Weish autographed college football helmet here, guys, from good old Sam Weish at Fordham. I thought that was a really cool piece. Thanks for sharing this. I had never seen one of these before. So very cool piece there. Thanks for sharing that one. And who's this one from?
@Hallikins.
And this, I didn't know what it was initially. It's a Bengal cooler. That is, I need a Bengals helmet cooler like that. Thanks for sharing that piece. Very cool. And Josh, we want to talk about this next piece too. Go ahead and click that image right there, that Anthony Munoz. So this was shared from, is it Man?
Yep, Man.
From Florida. He's actually coming up from Florida to the June 19th Jungle to the Hall event. And Josh, do you have yours as well?
Not handy.
That's okay. So
it's not-
talk about this piece and how special this specific piece is.
Sure. So last 2 weeks ago, we went through the all-time Bengals #1 draft pick, Anthony Munoz. I showed this piece. The difference was mine has a generic nameplate, solid gold, that it just is printed Anthony Munoz. So this is one of the first 100 pieces Anthony actually signed. So that's a Vince Costello 1998 figurine that they put out. They made the whole Hall of Fame class. Luke Gorza and a couple of the Browns were in that class, Walter Payton, Lynn Dawson. So all those players signed the first 100 prints of those pieces. And this looks like one of the first 100 right there.
That's really cool piece, man. I mean, I had not seen one. I know Josh and I had talked about that piece before, even when I was over his house. So very cool piece, brother. That's a great get right there for sure.
Absolutely.
James, I'm going to put you on the spot here. Are you able to jump I'm not sure how I had some of these other ones labeled. Can you jump over to the rugs if I have it labeled correctly?
I'm looking. Sorry, give me one
Yeah,
second.
no worries.
Looks like it's the very last one right there.
Yep, very, very last one on the right.
One more.
One more.
Nope.
That's okay. Go back to that letter that you saw that right there. Yep. So this one, we're not going to enlarge it or anything. I thought this is a really rare, really cool piece. So what this is this is 1968. Paul Brown hires a gentleman called Al. His name was Al LaCasselle, I think is how LaCasselle. Tom, you know it. So he was basically director of player personnel for Paul Brown and the Cincinnati Bengals in 68 and 69. This was a letter, and basically this is how recruiting worked back in the day. This player, and I didn't write the player's name down, darn it. But this player, they sent out this
Joseph Goldsmith.
Yep. So that was a player at Yale. I can't remember what position he played, but he played at Yale. On the back, it talks about the bio. What's your 40 time, your 100 time? Do you punt? I mean, it's basically a recruiting. It's just gathering data on college players across the country. This is how the NFL or the AFL did it back in 1968, 69. So that is an actual letter from the Cincinnati Bengals to Yale, to specifically to that player, getting data and information on, and that stuff would be returned in that return envelope to Paul Brown in player director of player personnel, and they would start gathering the information. So just to show you how long and how far the NFL has come in recruiting and data and analytics and all those things, but literally this is what they did back in the late 60s here. So a really, really cool piece. So these rugs, very interesting piece. So that middle rug there is from 1968. That is literally a throw rug, basically. That was the Bengals backers. This is a piece I have in my personal collection here. Those are really hard to find as well. The piece right below that is, I can't identify the actual year, but it's definitely the 70s, probably early mid-70s, as you can see by the Bengals logo on the side of the helmet. Then the piece, the throw rug on the top is an early 80s throw rug. So just, I mean, collectors collect everything. I got a little bit of everything here, but these three rugs are a pretty cool part of my personal collection as well. So
those are sweet.
Okay, so Josh, let's throw it back to you, buddy. I know you got a bunch of other stuff too. We'll come back to some of these other ones here as well.
Cool. So I'm like a sucker for the Bengals have always put out these like caricature items, like memorabilia wise. I know there's going to be a glare on some of these. I'll try to turn them so there's not. So Corey Dillon in '98, they did a pennant for him with the caricature. I also have the one they did, I think like 2000. So he got two separate ones. Boomer Esiason, they did some for him in '88. There's the actual original pennant that they did. And then when they went to the Super Bowl, they released the second one. We can get a hold of these if anyone is interested in some of these. I know someone that has a ton of them, so that's available. Peter Warwick, they did a caricature pennant to him. Look at this guy, Keely Smith. I think we remember that guy. Right?
He deserved a pennant? Oh, my gosh.
He deserves something, all right.
Yeah.
This is actually a T-shirt. It's the print before it was actually pressed. Someone saved one. I managed to get a hold of it, and then Icky signed it for me. So I framed it there, but that's right before they had actually pressed the T-shirt. So got a frame for that bad boy. And then this is my favorite poster I have. It's all the let's see if I can back up a little bit, get it without the glare. So Anthony Munoz, Boomer's in this, James Brooks, Eddie Brown, Ickey Woods, David Fulcher, and there's a whole bunch of sad puppy dog Browns in here. There's a beat up Steelers guy over there in the corner. So even from the '88 season, they were marketing that we can beat Cleveland. So I always really appreciated this piece right here. So
Chuck, that's an awesome piece. I have not seen that piece before. I went over your house, dude. That's beautiful. That's awesome.
Yeah, I love that one, man. So I've always loved that caricature stuff. So that was always fun. Also, real quick, I wanted to show that. So whenever someone wins a championship in any sport, the first thing they do is they throw the hats on, they throw the T-shirts on, and it's like, man, they printed those up quick. Well, that's obviously because they print up both teams and they like present the winners. So someone snagged some of these pennants that got loose that actually claimed that we won Super Bowl 16. It says Super Bowl 16 champions, Cincinnati Bengals on January 4th, 1982. There's a lot of these pennants floating around there. I've seen quite a few people that actually have them, but if the viewers that don't know, like some of these pennants actually made it out of the box before they were destroyed. That was from Super Bowl 16. I also have two different variations. This says Super Bowl champions 23. That's kind of more just like the generic, the logo. I know that Jimmy has this one here, Super Bowl champion Bengals. Move this way with the 23 logo down there. So I actually have three prints that came. We got one, boys. We got one. So.
And we got so two. So if anybody ever says Bengals didn't win a Super Bowl, we got pennants to prove that we did, guys. Right. We did. So let's jump back to some of our viewer stuff here as well. So let's keep going with it here, Jamie. So pick anything you want there at this point. I can't remember how we had them labeled. I think, yeah. So again,
Nate.
Yep, Houday Nate. Nate, thanks for sharing this. Again, this is if you're a memorabilia collector. I'm a huge. I've got hundreds and hundreds of game day programs. And obviously, this is a must-have in a collection for Cincinnati Bengals. This is a Super Bowl 16 game day program. So I appreciate him sharing it. I've got I didn't bring any of my game day programs to put up here today, but that's a great piece.
Next one is from @HoudayGal2.
We had to do. I mean, I got dozens of requests for the Joey Burrow, autographed items, and they're really hot, extremely hot. So this is something that they wanted to share with us, a Joey Burrow autographed football. There's autographed posters out there, helmets, mini and regular helmets, and a lot of footballs and a lot of those Panini cards. You'll see Joe Burrow's actual autograph on those as well.
All right. Next one we have is from Big Mike.
Yeah, Big Mike from New Jersey. He's also coming in from to the Jungle to the Hall event on June 19th, all the way from New Jersey. Man coming up from Florida and Big Mike coming in from New Jersey. This is a really cool piece. It's a Boomer Esiason. I don't think I've seen this one. Josh, you have any background on this one here for us?
I believe Hollis did that one.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah, I think that's Hollis's. He kept the 63 on the helmet. So for people that don't know, in 1997, when Boomer came back, he was upset they let Joe Walter go, so he rocked the 63 on his helmet that whole season.
Very cool.
That picture is very famous of him walking off the field that 97 season, and Hollis, I believe, did that painting. So he must have got a print, and looks like Boomer signed it for him. Yeah,
Hollis looks like he's watching on Facebook right now. Can you pop that up, Jamie? Hollis, who does some amazing work, absolutely amazing work. There it is. Verifying what Josh said, we got a bunch of collectors on here right now checking this out. So, and actually, I'm not sure if Hollis is going to make it June 19th up there, but Mike is in New Jersey. Your print is in his house in New Jersey right now, Hollis. That's a really cool item right there. And go to the playing cards if you could. I want to show these guys something. Yeah, that first one there. So if you remember these Cincinnati Hero cards that they did, it had all of the great Cincinnati Bengals throughout history. Well, this is in my personal collection. So the artist that did those cards did these paintings, basically. It looked like oil paintings or something. I'm not sure exactly what they are. I don't think they're oil paintings, but his drawings, he did these when he presented to whoever he was presenting the idea to. And I have the original prints from that artist that you can see the cards in the upper right and of the upper corners of each one of those pics there. So Very cool pieces I have yet to have framed on, but those are the original artist renditions for those cards. I was trying to get the Munoz one and some of the other ones, but those were already given away to other folks. But I know a lot of Bengal collectors have this deck of cards, the Cincinnati Heroes cards, and these are the actual prints they used to do that. So,
That's awesome.
Josh, back to you, buddy.
All right. First of all, I forgot to mention that I'm rocking the 89 Dan Ross jersey tonight.
Dan Ross, brother. Heck yeah, it's beautiful. Love it.
This is another one of my favorite pieces. This is a print. I don't really know. Trying to get the glare off it. I don't really know what year it's from, but Ken Anderson signed each one of these prints in the bottom. Move over a little more. He signed in the bottom right-hand corner there, Ken Anderson, right next to the artist. I actually saw one of these in a La Rosa's Pizza. I was like, I got to hunt one down. I managed to do it. So this is a must-have, man. This is a must-have piece right here.
1981.
81. Even better. Thanks, Tom.
Hey, Josh, I have that print as well. I can't remember. Were there only so many of those made? So many of those prints I can't remember.
Yeah. So this is number 953 of 3,000.
Okay.
3,000.
Yeah, that's just a beautiful piece right there. I love it.
You got to be one of the lucky 3,000 because this is a nice piece, man. This is
Yes, it is. Yep.
Set that aside there. And then, as I said, I know Hollis is watching, so I had to pull his favorite piece. The old school 1988 SWAT team
Josh?
poster. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. You're good.
Trying to get the glare out.
That's good. Yeah, that's
Okay. There we go. So
that's a classic piece right there.
we got Lewis Billups, another fallen Bengal from remembrance, but we got Eric Thomas, Derek Fulcher, Solomon Wilcots. They're rocking there's a PR 24 and some handcuffs. They got the hat on backwards, trying to show the edge. So I'm still trying to get that glare off the screen, but
That's all right. That's all right. We knew. Hey, look, this is people get it, man. So we've had two of those. We had Solly and Fulcher on the show here the last 3 or 4 months. So that's really cool.
absolutely. I feel like the SWAT team poster, that's a must-have for a Bengals collector.
Oh man, that's a hard one to get right now, John. An original one. That's an original one hard to get.
Original poster. There are some reprints floating around.
Yep.
I know that. So this I actually pulled. It's not really anything really significant. This is just a souvenir ball from the Pro Football Hall of Fame game in 2010 when the Bengals played the Cowboys. On the back, it's got the class that went in that year. There's a former Bengals head coach, Dick LeBeau. But I figured I'd pull that because we've been talking about the June 19th journey to the Hall for the Jungle up there. I'm really excited about going. So I pulled this item for you guys. In 2000, when Paul Brown Stadium opened, they put out a series of footballs. This one here is the inaugural season football. It's limited out of 500. They put this football out to signify the entire season for 2000. On the back, it features the 2000 schedule. Going on from that one, they have this is the inaugural game, September 10th, 2000, where the Bengals played the Browns. It's got the beautiful Paul Brown Stadium logo on the back there, limited to 750. And the third ball in that collection is the grand opening of the stadium, Chicago Bears versus Cincinnati Bengals on August 19th, 2000. There's only 250 of these out there. Once again, on the back, it's got Paul Brown Stadium, and it's got the facts of the building being the groundbreaking was on April 25th, 98, 65,000 fans, natural turf, August 19th. That's a nice little set. Get the three balls together. You can tell them what your sons did with yours if you want, but
yeah. And guys, if you're a younger fan and you've got a great collection, you have footballs in it, do not let your kids take those footballs out on the concrete and play with them, because mine is totally destroyed. Let's flip back to some of the fan stuff here, some of the other stuff we have pictures of, guys.
All right, let's go to this one, Jimmy.
Yeah. Let me. So, guys, this is a really cool piece, and I can't remember who is this from again.
Sorry, it's Jason Williams.
Okay, so you don't need to show the back of that, but basically on the back of that, it's the original prototype artwork that was submitted and approved by Paul Brown for the Cincinnati Bengals helmets. We've all seen those pictures, the old pictures of Paul Brown with all those helmets around him. Well, this is the one, the prototype that was actually approved and chosen by Paul Brown to wear in 1968. So that is it's not a very, I don't know exactly what it is. It's one of those things they could throw in a projector, they could show it on the screen kind of thing. If you know what I'm talking about, a slide of some kind. So that's a really cool piece he has there. That is a really rare piece that he has there as well. So really cool thing. Thanks for sharing that for sure.
One more from the fans, I believe, from Jeff.
Oh, yeah.
So this is Bengal Banner guy, Bengal Banner boy. So I mean, this picture is kind of floating all around social media, right? This is not a rare picture, but man, this is just a classic Ken Anderson, Ken Riley running off the field. Kenny just hitting Isaac for a touchdown. And if you can see, I know we don't have we can't enlarge it any more than what we're doing right now, but Kenny and Isaac both signed that piece right there. So that is from Jeff Wagner, Bengal Banner guy, boy, who submitted that one. He sent it a bunch of stuff. I just kind of picked one out of there. That's a really cool piece right there. And then if you're able to go to the go to the cards if you could. Yeah. So I'm an avid card collector as well. I've got every Pops ever made for the Cincinnati Bengals. I got tons of Paninis that are more recent. I've got all these different things, but this is the rarest set of Cincinnati Bengal cards you're ever going to find. This is the complete set of the 1969 Tressler Comets football cards. And Tom, I think you and I are probably familiar with Tressler Comet. I think our dads, when we were real little, were probably going to Tressler Comets. If you went to the gas station, you could get one of these cards. I think was the deal.
Right.
But I mean, there are some classic. These are it's all black and white with the orange numbers on the front. That was not how the uniforms looked. That's just how the cards were made. You can see Paul Brown at the top there, Warren McVay. If you look down to the left, second row on the left, middle row, you see Greg Cook. You see Bob Trumpy down there, number 84.
Bob Johnson, Royce Berry.
Yeah, Sam Weich. Guys, Livingston, the punter right there. Guys, I'm telling you, this is when you're a collector, there's sometimes you collect your whole life and never get a complete set of something. I've worked for many, many years to get that complete set, and that's one of my prize in my collection is that 1969 complete set, mint condition, Tressler Comet. So that's a really cool set of cards. At least it is for me. I love it.
Jimmy, can you touch on why the jerseys are orange or the numbers are orange?
I don't know the why behind that. I really don't. I've done so much research on it. It was just the way they printed them up that way. It was a black and white photo. They couldn't do orange, and they just said, well, we can do the numbers in orange. But I don't know the why behind that unless you do, Josh.
No, I don't. I was wondering if you did.
Yeah,
Hollis might know. We'll get up with him.
Yeah, Hollis, if you're watching, buddy, if you know that, man, let us know. Another piece of my collection. Again, guys, we're going to do something every week as it relates to Bengals memorabilia. Josh and I and everybody else, we got tons of stuff, but we're going to just keep rolling on this stuff. But this is another cool piece. This is not, extremely rare. You can still get these. So basically, when the Bengals open up against the and Tom, I'm getting ready to test you here in a minute, okay? My history guy right here. But September 20th, 1970, the first game as an NFL team. And remember, in 68 and 69, they were in the AFL.
Right.
In 1970 was the first game at Riverfront Stadium, opening game, and they put these cards and some other stuff inside that small envelope. And as you went into the stadium, that was your commemorative piece card to show that you were at the first game ever, first NFL game, and the first football game, regular season game at Riverfront Stadium there.
Stadium.
Yep. And as you can see, sponsored by Frisch's Big Boy there. But those things are floating around different areas. So keep an eye out for those. But those are really cool pieces. I'm not going to say they're extremely easy to get a hold of, but, again, something you could find if you look really hard for.
Second year in a row, the Bengals upset the Raiders that day.
I was going to ask you, Tom. You got it. You nailed it. They opened up their –
with our new soccer team opening their stadium today and somebody getting their first goal, Hank Aaron hit the first home run in Riverfront Stadium. Anybody know who scored the first touchdown?
Oh, I do. Was it a rushing for Sam Weich?
Sam Weich.
Yep. Whew, man, I had a lot of pressure on that. This now Josh shared some pennants, and believe me, Josh has dozens and dozens of pennants, and I got a ton of them as well. He has some that I don't have, and vice versa. I just took some pictures and put them on one image for you guys. So these are kind of four of my favorites, a little bit because they're a little rare and harder to find. The one in the upper left-hand corner I love it because you got the black pennant with the orange overlay with the old school pumpkin head helmet there, but the AFL logo there. Remember, the Bengals were on the AFL for 2 years, 68 and 69, and then you see the running tiger above the Cincinnati font right there. Love that one. And then the one on the bottom left is a one that Josh and I were talking about. That's the old picture of Riverfront Stadium. That's from 1970. Now, Josh, let's talk about that particular pennant. We had a good conversation about this one earlier. What is unique about this, and what other things are available out there as it relates to that 1970 season?
We did talk about it. So that's it is very rare. There's 4 different variations of it. There's another orange one where everything written on that pennant is in black. And then there's an all white one and then an all black one. And they are sharp, man. They're hard to get. That one that you're showing right there just sold on eBay last week for $150. So it's right in the ballpark of being anywhere from $100 to $200 pennant. They're extremely rare to find. I don't even have that one. We talked about that earlier. Like that's a nice piece that you have. If the viewers have pictures of the other 3, send them in, man. That'd be a great show on the next show.
Yeah, we would love, and we want to do this every show, guys, because look, I've been to so many different people's houses and man caves, and everybody has something somebody else doesn't have, and it's just fun. Let's share it and have fun with it, and I love seeing rare stuff. It's just really cool. And then the other 2 pieces here in the upper right-hand corner and the bottom right-hand corner are Bengal pennants, and I wish I could tell you where in the heck I even got these things. I've had them for a long time, but those are also rare pieces as well, right, Josh?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Everything on that screen is rare, especially the 3 orange pennants. They're all at least probably $100. Not many out there. There's another that one on the bottom right. They have another one that's the same pennant, but it says 1981 AFC champions. It's even more rare to get them that one there. But those are all beautiful. I love every single one of those pennants.
Yeah, and it was fun. Like Josh and I were like, we could spend 10 hours show tonight trying to go through all of our stuff. We still wouldn't have enough time, but I'm trying to think. Is there anything else on that those pictures, Jamie, that we did not hit? Oh,
there it is,
guys. I'm going to tell you, this is these are hanging on my wall right here, and these are outside of my probably my game day programs, which we'll get into another time. These are some of my favorite pieces, and it's very hard to get, but for 2 reasons. One, you have collectors like Josh and I and everybody on the screen that want these, right? But you also have the beer collectors who are all over the place. You might have somebody in Austin, Texas, and doesn't care anything about Cincinnati Bengals. They want Burger beer. They want the beer. The beer collectors are out there all over the place. So these are really nice size. I should have kind of put something up to give you kind of a ratio of what size. These are pretty nice size, basically schedule posters. And I probably should have did them individually, but the artwork on it is absolutely amazing. I love it. I just love the artwork. The one in the upper left-hand corner, and I'm looking over my screen here, is the 1976 schedule. And it's crazy. I'll post these on social media, but it's like, I think there was like 6 or 7 games in the preseason, but that artwork on there is just beautiful. They're playing that art image has the Green Bay Packers behind them. The one in the right-hand corner, as I look at my walls, from 1975 schedule, kind of a jump throw painting there of a Bengals quarterback, a really cool image. And the bottom one is really cool and really hard to get a hold of. And especially if you get these guys, grab them no matter what condition they're in. It's unbelievable. But that 1969 and that image of the kicking the ball there. And what's really funny, so the burger was, I think, brewed in Cincinnati, if I'm not mistaken. Again, I was too young for this. But one of the things, and I'm looking at my wall, one of the things in that 69 poster that you can probably see in the bottom right-hand corner says, brewed with pure artesian water. Now, I'm sure that was a marketing ploy because there was sure in hell no damn artesian water here in Cincinnati. I wouldn't think, but I don't even know what burger beer tastes like. I don't even know, but anything you can get with Bengals and any beer at all is extremely hard to get. And usually if you get it in mint condition, they're pretty pricey to find. So if you're going out to yard sales or you see this stuff and you don't think it's anything big, buy it up. It's something very cool. Very cool.
And then send it to us.
Yeah, absolutely, brother.
Yeah, they're rare pieces. They're rare. They're hard to find. And like you said, it's true. I do know a guy that has some Bengals beer stuff, and he won't sell it, and he doesn't like the Bengals. He is just a beer collector. He won't come off anything, but that stuff's hard to come by.
Yep. Good stuff. So, Josh, I mean, we're going through this like crazy. You got any more you want to share?
One more round, yeah. I just pulled this one. I've always liked this piece. It's from October 2nd, 94. Shula versus Shula, Riverfront Stadium, October 2nd, 94. Dave signed it. Don signed it. The 75th anniversary logos on the ball. I just always thought it was a really nice ball. These are, you can find them, but, a lot of people discard the stuff from the 90s. A lot of people don't know that the stuff in the 90s is hard to get because they were so bad that people just either didn't buy it or threw it away. And I find it sometimes that like the 90s stuff is really hard to get a hold of. I also have this, it's a mug with Kenny Anderson, and it says Anderson Airlines, Ken Anderson on it, 20 in a row. On the back, it's got the schedule from 1983, and it's got all of Kenny's stats from the season on there. There's also a pennant that says Anderson Airlines on it that I don't have, but it's rare to come by.
Hey, Josh, let me ask you. So that particular mug is one when I was over your house I had never seen before. So 20 in a row, Tom. What was the importance of that 20 in a row? Do you remember?
At the time, that was the NFL record. Nobody had ever done it before.
That's
it was
right.
the last regular season game of the 1982 strike season. And he went down to Houston. I mean, he was on 81 to 82. He was absolutely automatic. And he went down and he could not miss against the Oilers. He got in rhythm, and it was fun to watch.
Yeah.
Really quick to capitalize on that too, what Tom just said. It's got on the back here, it's got the down. So this one says 3rd and 4 on the Cincinnati 31 to Steve Kreider, yards gained 25. It's got all the receivers of that game. Kreider, Collinsworth, Johnson, Collinsworth, Ross, Alexander, Collinsworth, ML Harris, Ross, Alexander, Curtis, Alexander, Ross, Collinsworth, Kreider, Verser, and Ross.
Okay, so Dan Ross caught the last pass, that 20th consecutive pass?
Yes.
How fitting. You got his jersey on. I mean, unbelievable. So, hey, that mug right there, I know people see this stuff and don't think it's a big deal. Holy, that mug is ridiculously cool, Josh.
There's another mug out there that's like a smaller, it's the same mug, but it's like the smaller like coffee size. This one's actually kind of tall. But
do you drink beers out of it or coffee, Josh, at all? What do you
No, I sit it on the shelf, but if they put him in the hall, if they put Kenny in the hall, I will drink a burger beer out of this. I don't care what year it's from.
Hey, those, and again, I know everybody has it, but those old Super Bowl beers? I got a bunch of those over there, right? Yeah. I mean, I'm bringing a 6-pack up to Canton, and we're gonna bust them up there, and if they get in.
However, it's got to get done. One last piece. Then this isn't old. This is new. I actually got this for my birthday. The Joe Burrow ball, quarterback, limited of 2020. It's got Joey's picture on it. It's got his all of his college highlights stats on the right side, the college awards on the left. On the back, it's got Bengals history, and then a picture of Paul Brown Stadium. This is from Nico Sports. They're out right now. I don't know how many they have left, but I saw that they're doing $35 off. The ball's about $50. So if anyone's interested, that's like the first Joe Burrow piece that's limited edition that I've seen. So I picked that one up. So that's all I got for you tonight.
Go ahead, James. You have something?
No, I'm just in awe. I think AJ said it best. He's headed on to eBay now to go look for Bengal stuff. So see what you're doing, Josh. You're making people spend money.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Honestly, I'd like to put together a Bengals memorabilia show later this year. I don't know what strings with COVID-19 and all that we got to do, but I think that'd be a cool event. Get everyone together at a bar, do some trading, see what people have. Maybe just bring show and tell and drink some beer. And I think that'd be fun.
We have the resources to make that happen. We could reserve different rooms and areas at different places, centrally located. Josh, that's something we're going to make happen, brother. Let's let's get together.
One last thing, guys, keep sending your pictures in. That was cool. I didn't even know we were doing that. It's cool to see what everyone has, and attach a story with it. Sometimes, it might be meaningless or worthless but I'd like to hear the stories that go along with some of this stuff. You know
what? Hey, Jamie, if you're still on there, can you find the autographed picture of Andy Dalton? Can you find
Jamie had to go swimming with family commitments. So you're stuck with me producing the end of the show.
Okay. You can't pull that up, right, James?
No.
Okay. Well,
we'll bring it back.
I am sorry, but I got to at least talk about this. So, and I can't remember who this was, but they just sent a picture, a direct message. I can't remember what platform they were using to send it to me, but the pitch was very simple. It was Andy Dalton raising his hand. He had just rushed for a touchdown against Kansas City. I can't remember what game it was. Autographed by Andy Dalton. In the background, you see a kid that has an 89 Bengals jersey on. So not a very expensive piece, maybe $5, autograph, whatever you want to pay for it, right? But that was his son in the picture in the background. So that was like Josh said, it's not one thing about, there's stuff that we're going to show that it's not worth a dime, right? But it's what is worth to you in your head, right? It's a memory. And that's what a lot of this stuff is, man. It's just absolute memories. And Aaron, I apologize, buddy. And that was a great thing. I wanted to share that because I thought it was very cool that, there's a lot of Andy Dalton autographed pictures, but your son or number 89 jersey, and you knew who that was, and Andy autographed it. You got a very special story around that autographed picture of Andy Dalton. So very cool stuff. So guys, look, Josh, we're just getting started on this memorabilia stuff. And it's funny because as collectors, you kind of want to keep things on the DL, man. Like you don't want 7,000 people out there snatching up all these different things, right? Because you're trying to fill out your collection. But at the end of the day, Josh and I agree, you know what? This just helps our team, our city. It gets more excitement going around this. It's not just eBay. There's yard sales. There's different things that you get. I mean, I've had stuff that my father-in-law has given me. I had stuff that, an older gentleman who was moving out of town left a box of stuff at my front door and said, Jimmy, I want it to go to a good home. Somebody I know is not going to sell it. Somebody I know that's going to respect it. And that's what you got to do, guys. You got to go out there and find some of this stuff. You'll find stuff on eBay and some other platforms, but this is what it's about. It's a lot of fun. And I just love hearing the stories around some of the things people have as well. So we're going to continue to do this. Maybe a short segment, at least every show. And like Josh said, we're going to do something at some point this year. I think we could get some very cool things and we can get together as a group of fans and kind of share some things with each other as well. And everybody has doubles of things too, right? So there's things of sharing and trading and all kinds of things for us to do together as fans. So I think it's fun with all the excitement and energy being generated by the team off season this year. Hell, let's as fans keep this damn thing going, Josh, and keep building on this and get the excitement going for our city, our team, right?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, Josh, we appreciate it, but I'm going to cut this segment when we are done, and this will be a complete segment by itself. We've been about maybe 35 minutes, on the show talking about memorabilia. But we're going to cut that and do a separate segment on our YouTube channel. There'll be an actual link that's going to show all of our memorabilia discussion on there. So we're going to make a new segment on our YouTube channel as well, talking about all this great memorabilia that everybody's sharing. So, Josh, we appreciate it, big dog. We'll see you again next week, man. It means a lot.
All right, guys. Thanks for having me. Who day?
Thanks, Josh.
Yeah, good day, buddy.
Oops, you don't want my smiling face there. Let's see. Nope, not that.
There you go.
Whoa, what do we got going on here? There we go. All right. Hey. All right. So
guys, hey, let's go. Hey, guys, we went really long today, but I don't care if anybody's watching or not right now. I really enjoyed that memorabilia piece. That was a lot of fun. And I'm throwing one more thing on there, that memorabilia piece. Was down at the Bengals Pro Shop Saturday. They've got Ring of Honor hats. They just got in this past week Ring of Honor shirts, a gray one and kind of a lighter color, like a black one and a gray one. And they also have Ring of Honor footballs with for autographs. So